Command Center access granted. Welcome to the Command Center, Captain. Engaging forward control panel.
Welcome aboard, everybody, and appreciate you joining us as we go on our next cruise and adventure. We are going to have some very special guests today.
An officer has arrived in Command Center.
Welcome aboard to our officer, Abomination. And yeah, we're going to get a little behind the scenes, talk to a very special guest. So, computer, could you please open up the comm channels for Slimy Studio, please?
Opening communications channel now.
All right. Here we go. Let's see what happens. We have got a whole team, a whole crew here with us. In fact, let's see. There we go. Oh, we're missing one, unfortunately. But we're going to make it work. That's all right. I hope you will please welcome our team here from Italy. We're echoing. I think it's coming through from perhaps our first camera here, which is Marco and Gio. We might be hearing the audio feeding back a little bit from there. And then, okay, we have
no problem. We will fix it soon.
okay,
We'll pay
we have
attention.
we're making lots of on the fly adjustments. So
Yeah, thank you.
you bet. We've got Robbie here as well, and we've got Teo as well. We're trying to get Laura in. Hopefully that happens at some point here, but anyway, we do want to welcome everybody in. Thank you guys for joining us. We are going to talk with this team and with the game that they have been working on, which is this very cool thing. Oh, my button didn't work. Of course, I mean, we got enough technical. We got to have more. Oh my goodness. Let's try that. Did that? No, that just made me look bad. All right. Well, let's I'm going to venture out real quick.
An officer has
into
arrived in Command
space.
Center.
Welcome aboard, and everybody who's joining us. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. We tried to push things out to kind of get things working, but it's, we'll do the best we can. Anyway, we're still going to have a good time. We're still going to learn a lot about the team and about this game, which is, I'm trying to pull up the logo so we can make it like dramatic. But it didn't pop up for me. Man. There we go. Gig crawler. Nice and official there. So welcome to you guys. Welcome all of you. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for all the rigmarole and everything, but good to have you here.
Hey, thank you very much for having us, all of us, first of all. Sorry for all the technical problem before, but I think we are all learning new items and tool here. So thank you for the warm welcome.
Absolutely. All right. So as we dive in, I guess let's start off by giving you guys a chance to just kind of introduce yourself. Let us know who you are and what role you play on the team. Who wants to start for us?
If you want, I think I'm the most talkative here. So, hey, hi, I am Marco D'Angelo. I am the team lead of Slimy Studio. I wear multiple hats at the moment. So usually I'm just a experienced 3D artist. So with a lot of experience in 3D stuff. Sometimes I touch even shader and such. I have some experience in Unity most of the time. And in the latest 3 years, I'm trying to be a good leader, or I would say team lead, hopefully. And that's basically what I do on daily basis. And I think I will stay quiet for a little bit and pass the word to maybe Georgia. Hello everyone, and thank you for being here with you in this moment. And I'm the 3D character artist for Slimy Studio, and in general in my life, I'm a 3D character artist. I have created the characters and the enemies and the monsters inside our game. And yeah, in general, I'm helping even in other parts of the project since we are just in 5 people. So yeah, we try to help each other in different roles. And yes, this is it for for me from my side. So go ahead, guys. Yeah, your turn.
Yeah, so I will go next. Hi, I'm Roberta, and I'm a 2D artist together with Laura. We are the 2D artists of the team, and we usually do the concept and the illustration for our game. But we are not knitted to our roles, and we usually also add our ideas or brainstorming together to put some idea and flavors in the game.
I'm Matteo. I'm game developer, and my role is basically makes the things work. So they are mainly working on the art parts, technical and art parts. I'm more technical, so I'm the main game developer. I have both experience in Unity and web, so I'm a very specific 3D game developer where 3D environment and 3D stuffs are needed. So yeah, this is my role in this team.
Very cool. And then one more in chat. Laura is hanging out there, also part of this team. So I don't know if you want to say something there in chat to kind of introduce yourself there. I know it's a little bit harder having to type it out than to say it, but we appreciate you being here as well. So yeah, very cool. Well, nice to meet you all. Appreciate you coming in and joining us. I set up this whole cool screen to be able to auto have it shift to who's talking and so forth, but it was based on 5 screens and we've only got 3, so everything's kind of all over the place, but that's okay. All right. Let's see. For one thing, I think what we can do really quick is I'm just going to downgrade us to a condition blue here. Everything's looking pretty good. All right, so we've met the team. For some of us who are solo devs, it feels like a big team, but all in all, in terms of game development, still a small team. And what they're putting together is very cool. So, how about we introduce Gig Crawler? Who wants to kind of tell us what it is about?
So I can be, I would say, I divide this small presentation, one more, I would say, dev oriented and one more game oriented if you want, so I can be more light.
Okay.
On the dev side, it will be quite quick and short because maybe people do not like that much just the development side, more like the gaming side. But on the dev side, it is a multiplayer roguelite where you basically can build your own character and develop the ability by playing the game. That I would say is the smallest speech I can tell you on the dev front. Of course, we have procedural elements such environment and dungeon creation, and even the blueprints in order that you will collect in the game for proceeding and upgrade your abilities. That's the technical side. On the lore side, we basically are freelancers. So we try to inspire our game about the actual world and the brutality of the word about freelancing, because right now you have to do a lot of jobs and sometimes the market is full of requests, sometimes it's not, and there is some irony going on in our game regarding that. Of course, the freedom in the game is quite important. So I would say that the whole character experience is you can do and be whatever you want. Run into a mission where you have to fight these crazy words. Sometimes you have, I would say, wave of monster that you have to slay, and other times you have different modes, like for example, a sort of find the exit. We are not going super fancy, as you can see. We are 5 people, so we will not a new MMORPG with Dark Soul mechanic is not possible for us. So it is a normal roguelite that you should enjoy with your friends. That's the whole goal of our game, I would say. And this is just a small presentation, but I think the others can add some more.
Yeah, our game is setting in a kind of fantasy world in which demons and humans convive and not. Imagine a magical world that adopted modern capitalism in an extreme way. That gave us the opportunity to have a strong and fun everyday life hook, since what's more universal than work? No matter where you are, the most of us can probably relate to some office drama, bad bosses, and workplace memes, we can say. And yes, we will be a kind of freelancer, and yeah, we can fight against these modern kind of capitalism world, and we can look like a medieval knight, we can look like an employee, and sometimes even like a tomato or other strange stuff. These are things and other kind of characters. Our appearance doesn't affect our abilities, so you as a player are completely free to be what you want. So you can appear in a way, but fight in another. So yeah, we wanted to give the player the ability to choose the way he want to play the game. And yeah, the other guy on you can add something.
I don't know. You guys, what to say about your game?
I can say that the idea came from us and from our frustration from work. So we have now this world that have a mix of fantasy and the demon and the human fighting for the food.
Ted, did you want to chime in and add your 2 cents on that?
Yeah. I'm more focused on the developing side of the game more than of the lore part. But I think it's a challenging game for indies like us, for a small team like us. But at the same time, it's so our main scope was to create a PVE game. There are not so many PVE games. So instead of focusing on a PvP game, I think we are in, and we can explain later better. But I think we are in a good. We found a good design to implement this PVE game and propose a new game that can be funny to play. So.
Excellent. So we're going to take a look at it here. I mean, I think you guys are going to be impressed at the quality of what they're putting out here. It's looking very awesome. But I do want to take a quick moment before we start showing it off to just let everybody know For those of you who are regulars with the channel, I know we're at a totally different time and everything. So if you know folks who aren't here and you want to reach out and let them know that we are live, that would be great. Just let them know, bring them on in. Otherwise, I have disabled all of our command reward options. You might have noticed that. We just sometimes those are tough with the guests, and especially with so many. We don't want to have those going off during the stream. So those will be back for you next week. That's just a temporary thing disabled there. And I just want to invite everybody to feel free to participate, join in the discussion, ask your questions, drop questions and comments in chat, and feel free to interact with the team. We'll throw those questions to them as we're able as we go forward here. So please welcome in and make yourselves comfortable. So I want to should I play this? I feel like this ad. I say ad, but it's like a little teaser trailer almost. It kind of gives you a real taste of the game. Are we good to go ahead and hit everybody with this one real quick? I'm just going to take that as a yes. All right.
Are you looking for a co-op game where you combine skills to wipe out your enemies? Gain powers, mix builds, become OP, procedural dungeons, crazy loot and total customization? Create your own freelancer, choose your style, play Gig Crawler. Follow us and help us make it happen. Follow on Kickstarter and wishlist now.
Yes, very awesome. So it mentioned Kickstarter and Steam. So I do want to mention also, before we get too lost in this, that the links for both of those are available right here on the Twitch channel. If you look on our About page, there's a section of links, and they're going to be listed first there in that. You can check out both the link to the Kickstarter page and to Steam. I believe also on the Kickstarter page, they've got other social links if you want to connect with the team outside of that. So looks super cool, guys. We can put up some of the individual elements as we talk about it as well, but very good feel, very good quality. Looks like you guys already have a lot of polish. So what stage of development are you in right now? Where are you at in terms of, completion, release, that kind of thing?
Okay, so I can tell you we are nearly close to the Kickstarter. First of all, as you wisely said, yeah, we are trying to go on the polish side because I'm a gamer, so I know that if I show you something that is too technical, maybe it's the best thing of the world, but you cannot receive it because you're a player, and that's part of our job, transmit you the message or the game design in a good way. So we are trying to go a little deeper in the polish, despite we know production in games, so you have to do step by step. We are skipping some for actually show what is the potential of the game, start to spread some early feedback. So we are still learning our way into the game industry. It's our actual first game. We have experience, but it's the first time we as a team, we do our own for us game. So any feedback is welcome, and any, I would say, support is also really welcome, especially over Discord. You can talk with all of these dudes in a really super chill way. Really, they are welcome, and I love all of them. They know that. And you can also go directly, for example, in 2D department, 3D department, or technical department, and say, hey, why this and that? And this is something that we would like to keep even in after the release, because the goal is to provide to the user, since we cannot offer a proper sandbox, we are so small and not super easy at the moment, provide a sandbox with multiplayer and stuff, but the goal is that you can experiment as much as you can. Coming back to the point, we are at the point where you can actually enter in the game, you can have your own run, you can experiment, I would say, the basics of the roguelite. So you enter, you have random weapons that are connected with abilities and statistics that you can manipulate during the run. So you can find upgrades like health improvement, damage improvement, all the typical, I would say, flow of roguelite with a top-down view, and the multiplayer is actually functional right now, so it's not something that we will do. That's, would say, the point where we are at the moment. And the next step is, of course, a really brief demo that will present some what we hope will be some really recognizable NPC of our game that I would say is the guy that gives you the quest, the guy that gives you weapons, the guy that gives you achievement and stuff like that. So at least I would say the main characters, except you and your journey. And you will have a couple of dungeons, really easy at the moment, just to taste the gameplay, the commands and stuff inside the game. This is where we are right now. That's the point.
Fantastic. Okay. So,
I want
well, go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I just want to add on top of what Marco said that at this point you have two options. You can have a totally fake game, a game that is only rendering, is only what you see, can be done quickly but bad, but working. I mean, a user can see the game and okay, or you can make really the game in a how do you say, in a production point of view, in a production way. And we decided, and this is why we took a lot of time, and we are working on this game since more than 1 year. We decided to go and put the effort to create all the game as it will be in a production environment. So what you see is real, nothing is fake. The multiplayer is there. You can try. So this is why at this point, even if we are in an early stage, we decided to create a demo. So and the demo you see is not fake. Is production ready. I mean, I just
Yeah.
want to add this.
Yeah. Great. Yeah.
It's our
Actual
strategy.
gameplay.
So
Mhm.
yeah, exactly.
Excellent, Teo. Thank you. So you touched on multiplayer. So Kimchi Pancake asked, and welcome, by the way, first time visitor here. Is it multiplayer, and how many players in one team? So how do you want to explain
Yeah.
that?
So it's a multiplayer game. But you also can play alone. So it's not only that you can enter in the room with other people, but you can also do like a solo game, a solo game loop. We are starting. We would like to add the possibility to play in 4 players at the moment, and we will see. I mean, the technology that we are using is able to gives the possibility to play with multiple players, more than 4 or 5. But at that point, it became a difficult design choice. So to balance the game. So we will see if we are able to add one person or stay with 4 players.
Gotcha, gotcha. And thank you. Also, Marco, you mentioned when you were talking about the sandbox, about wishing you could create something a little bit bigger. But what you've got, what I was looking at with that procedural development of the city looks really cool, very interesting. So, is there somebody who wants to kind of talk about that a little bit?
I think it will be, since again my first role is environment artist, and a pain in the ass, I would say. Sorry. So that's why always I knock the door to Theo and say, hey, please, I need this instrument, otherwise we cannot make it. And yeah, the whole dungeon is procedurally generated, and at the moment we are focusing on the first dungeon. At least the one that you see inside the video is basically the one that you will see in the demo. It is called the Corrupted City. It is a city, exactly as Georgia said, in between humans and demons. So you do not expect a super clean city, something really rusty with crazy stuff going on. And of course, each run is different. And we just set, I would say, we have a design tools that keep our, for example, balance straightforward. For example, we set the danger level we want, like for example, translated easy, medium, hard, and then the procedural dungeon starts to appear. Each mission is different, of course, with different modes. What I meant about the sandbox is not about the full environment, but more about what you can do with your character. The difference between a standard roguelite and our roguelite is basically that our goal, since we are a small team, we focus with one core feature that is called Soul Modder, and is the crazy art beating inside the video. Basically, in there is the union between a skill tree and an equip system. Because if you mix inside, you have these pizza slices, I would say, that are modes that you can allocate, swap as much as you want. You can find any random number of dots. Dots are statistics, can be skill, can be weapons you can find during your run. So basically, you can get control. The more you grow, the more control you get inside the random world that is creating. Like, for example, if you like shooting with shotgun, of course, at the beginning, you will have the full range of firearms. For example, you can shoot with pistol, guns, bazookas, whatever. But the more you get higher in level, so you level up and get explore the world and stuff, the I would say the better item choice you will have. So you can fight back and say, hey, I find these modes, and the modes will just drop me bazookas, and your run will be in that direction. So I would say this is our main feature inside the game, and that's why I told you it's a little sandbox, because at the end of the day, if you play a lot, you can reach the point that you, and I would like to, I think even the team, you will enjoy breaking the game because you are superpower. But at the end, of course, is a journey. Like Risk of Rain 2, similar situation, something like that.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, I think you kind of already touched on this last question from the chat, but I don't know if somebody wants to expand on it. Spazug asked, "Is there a weapon tier system quality wise? Like, what? How does that all work? I know you kind of just touched on it a little bit. Is there more you'd like to share on that? I don't know if there's somebody who wants to jump in on that."
Do you?
Yeah.
At least we exchange a little. Otherwise, I talk a lot.
Yeah, we have kind of quality weapon system. It's obviously randomic, so you will not be sure what you will find during your run inside the jig crawler. But yeah, the more you play, the more are the probabilities that you can find something really cool and have super weapons and different abilities for that weapons, for example, fire, poison, and other different status changed. And so yeah, we will have different weapons. We can have some brooms, and so something that can looks I don't say useless, but yeah, you can use a broom, but well, sword or similar are surely better. And we will have a different kind of weapon, melee and ranged weapon. And yeah, you if you are lucky, we can find the super gatling and shot everywhere, everything you can find against you during your exploration and your mission. So yes, we are aiming to have different quality and different ranking. And yes, we hope to give different choices for our players, so everyone can choose what he prefer to use. So bows, so swords, gatling, bazooka, even maybe some crazy stuff like a dragon that split fire from their mouth. Yeah. We want to add more, obviously. We will see if we can improve our arsenal more than we have right now. So, yes.
Nice, nice. Very cool. Um, one thing I'm really curious about personally is the characters. So it looks like you're doing development to make the characters actually stand out, be different, have, I'm not sure in a game like this how that all plays out. So I'd love to hear more about that. Like, who can help talk to us about the characters in the game?
Okay, so the characters in the game looks different. You can uh, become what you want. I mean, we have for right now we have just employee, a male employee, pink-haired girl, another guy with a hood. We also have a medieval tank and other that yeah, you have probably saw in your in the videos we shown up. We will have these characters are the skin that you can choose to use during your adventure in our game. But even if you can see maybe in the video the male guy with a sword or with other arms, weapons, you can choose to use whatever you want. So you can maybe have the appearance of a medieval tank, but you can use a little pistol, or maybe just I don't know, a super big gun or just a little one, or maybe you can have a staff and I don't know, summon wolf or wolves all around, and your appearance is not what define the skills that you have inside the game. So we have splitted these two features, since you can look in a way, but you can fight in another way. And the concept behind the characters are from our 2D artist, and maybe Robimu wanted to add something more about them.
Mm, yeah, uh, yeah, we have this idea to combine medieval armor with also modern suits, because we want to set all of these in a fantasy demonic world. So you can have a medieval knight with a tie and suits, or also a tomato, a rogue tomato, and a lot of different skin. But yeah, as Georgia said, the idea was to have a lot of different fantasy skin, not tied to their role. Like they can have the aspect of a fairy or a witch, a modern witch, but they maybe can use a gun.
Yeah, if I can quickly break in, maybe I can
Yeah.
even give the connection and what I told you about what I consider sandbox, maybe improperly, but we don't want to force a character. Even in the lore, we are trying to divide the stuff. The reason why you can change your appearance is basically because you have a surgery, and basically you get some demon cells. So you basically can, even for your job, that you have to kill stuff, hunting stuff, maybe for secret identity and stuff, you can swap your personality. You can be male, female, whatever, a lion, a dragon, I don't care. You just have fun playing with stuff, and it's partially even rewarding, because when you get a skin on a dev side is a smart choice for us, because you have a reward and also the player can change the appearance. Also, honestly speaking, we didn't have the power force for getting a proper character customization where you can change in each individual part. That would be a lot of work. So
Yeah.
we are trying to squeeze in and say, no, you can change whatever you want, but it's the full skin, full character, but be whatever you want. Even the size will change, so you can be
Gotcha.
small, big, huge, whatever. It will not change and affect that much.
Right. Okay. Well, Kimchi Pancake asks, is the big guy with the flames a boss or a skin? The
I think she's
it,
speak
I
about our boss. It's the boss of the company for which we will work. So it's not that kind of boss you have to fight against. But yeah, it will be an NPC character that it's the boss of the World Corp, that is the agency for the which we work as freelancer. So we sell our soul to the World Corp, and we start to work for them like a freelancer.
okay.
And that big guy is Boomer, our boss.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
he's
Okay. So
basically the guy who will give you task and quest.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
The boss to report
Understood.
to.
Very cool. All right. Um, we'll give it a second. It looks like everybody's just about to come back from an ad break here. All right. Well, welcome back to everybody who was in an ad break. Sorry, we do have those. They're, hopefully not too obtrusive. If you like what we do here on the channel, would love to have you follow. You can subscribe and get it ad free. I'm not going to pitch it all, but would love to have you join us. And we did answer your question. If you didn't quite catch that, Kimchi, since we went to ad right as your question was being answered, the character you were asking about is like a main NPC character, the boss of the company, not like a boss that you would battle. So, all right, right? Did I say that right? Okay. All right, cool. So, like we talked about earlier, definitely want to encourage everybody, drop in your questions, your comments, lots of positive feedback on the game already. We appreciate you guys being here. So feel free to drop those in chat. Don't forget, Laura is also in the chat as part of this team and can also say hello and possibly answer some questions. So don't feel like you're intruding. You got plenty of space. So, um, so I do want to be able to take a few minutes to kind of get a little bit more outside of the game itself and talk about sort of the development of it and how you guys are coming together as a team. I'll throw out a fun one to start us on this path. Have you gotten to a point yet where you're able to just sit back and play the game? Like, have you guys had like a play session, a game session, or is it still kind of in early enough stages that you haven't gotten to do that yet?
Okay, I would say you are right on the spot. We are there. So we finish basically the duty, so creating the routes and stuff and blah blah blah. And at this point, we are starting getting it happened like 1 week and a half ago, or maybe two. That we actually, since Matteo told you, we can scale up to almost 64 people, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Wow. Wow.
Eventually.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but
yeah, but just for
in
us,
theory,
just for testing and have fun.
just in
Like
theory.
get a friend and say, hey, wanna join? He can join, and just to shoot some monster. Of course, the computer gets crazy, but it's a funny night and funny way to test with even people from that know us in real life, and maybe just say, hey, jump in and play some games together. We are at that point, I would say. That that's nice, a nice feeling, because it means that if the computer will not explode, good. So we are there.
Very cool, very cool. No, that's exciting that you're able to bring in big groups like that. That can be fun.
Yeah.
I, yeah, very nice. So, how I heard earlier, I think it was Teo who said you guys have been working on this for about a year. Like, how did you come together as a team? Is this a first project? Did you kind of meet outside, just in social circles, or how did this all come to be?
Um, do you want to just split half and half? If you want, I explain the meeting, the creation of the team. Then you can explain how the things are going, guys, if you want. It's okay?
Let's do
Oh,
it.
let's do it. Okay. It is, I would say, a standard story about people that are before colleague, or I don't know, we are school colleague, me and Matteo. We know each other from 16 years, I guess, so
Wow.
quite a lot
Okay.
of time. And then by the time we had a lot of experience. She is my girlfriend, but we did a master together. So you collect some people that are nice, especially human, connected with you. So have the same mindset. This is quite hard, in my opinion, because people are different. And in my opinion, they find each other, and you can see that on a daily basis when people are likewise. I think our team is quite. Of course, we have different opinions and ideas all the time. Believe me, but at the same time, the education and the way we are doing the game is. We are on the same page. I guess I can speak for everybody. About the actual team production, or when it started after we said, okay, stop, I don't want to do an employee job. Is enough. I want to do something that is us. We don't want to have a boss that is screaming in your ears for something that doesn't make sense. Let's try. So we decided to start with this simple project. We iterated some ideas, discarded some, and just keep this roguelite. Of course, we started with something that was smaller, and we scoped it out a little, and then reclosed it a little. That's part of the process, in my opinion. Uh, and except that this is basically how the team was formed. Even before the creation of the Slimy Studio thing, we did a lot of game together. We know each other in real life and stuff. Despite we don't live in the same city, we are all located in different places. Um, that's I would say is my introduction. Then is your turn, guys. Other way, it's just me.
Yeah, I would like to add a couple of things that. First, our first project started 5 years ago. Our first game developing project. It was also a multiplayer mobile game. I didn't at that time. I didn't know how to program a Unity game, a game in general, and we started to make a multiplayer game. So we were a little crazy. Uh, I mean, I think it helped a lot to start learning how to do things. We learned how optimization is important, because at that time we tried like having 4 or 5 enemies around in the map, and the computer crashed because we didn't had the experience to create an optimized game. So that was the first time when me, Marco, and Georgia started to try again together to make something. It was a journey because we just started at the time. At the time, we after some testing, some learning, uh, some playing, developing. We made a game. We started a freelancing experience. where we helped a company to create a Kickstarter game. It's called A New Leaf. It was launched, I think, 3 years ago, and that was our first real game implementation. Also, Roberta worked with us in that project. And it was a successful experience because in a very small time frame we were able to create a playable game. You can find in a Steam page, and it was really cool. We arrived at a point at the Kickstarter point. The Kickstarter was successful, and we also developed for other months before they implemented the multiplayer. So we implemented everything you see, but for a multiplayer point of view: the art, the logics, the shaders that you see, the everything. So that was a really good experience where we worked together, and we it was really cool to work together on something like that. And after some years, like 3 years, so one year and a half, we started thinking about a game, to create a game, and this is what happened, and this is what we have now after more than 1 year of developing.
Very good, very good. So Marco, you mentioned earlier that that you didn't want to have to go back to working jobs for for other bosses and stuff. So whose boss is that character based off of?
There is a lot of reference. I cannot. It is actually real. So there is some. I would say it is the boss.
The generic boss of our time, so we can say.
Yeah, he's the typical guy that asks you crazy stuff. Maybe it's not your job, you have to do anyway.
Yeah.
I would say the standard.
Maybe Laura has something to say,
Yeah.
since she's the mind behind the character.
Yeah,
Maybe
sorry
she can
she's not
write
here.
something. We are so sorry that she isn't here.
Yeah.
The one who says 8 hours is part time.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of boss.
That's what Laura
we
said.
we had at least one in our life. We had me and Roberta had one like really not that a lot of time ago. So we shared this type of boss together. So yeah, that's where it came from.
Very cool, very cool. So what as you've been kind of coming together and working together, like I'm curious also, there's obviously a lot of pros to having a team, to be able to dividing up tasks, having individuals, contribute their skills and their experience to different aspects. But what have you found as your team has grown? What have you found as kind of your biggest challenge, or what obstacle have you been having to work to overcome?
I think the main obstacle is for these poor guys to have 3 women inside the same team.
Then you cannot say that.
I can, I'm one of them.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, okay. That's
A
not
lot
true.
of drama.
Jokes apart, we are. I think we are main of everything. We are friends, so I think it's a good thing to work together, because yeah, we can I don't know, we can scream at each other without stop talking again after that. And yeah, joke apart. If you want to say something.
I believe, yeah, that's the part where it is a pro and con. Being friends is also a con sometimes, because you get too inside and say no, okay, wait, this is still we are working, but you have pro and cons on that side. growing together, I think, is the best thing you can do in a small team like our. Of course, many other indies will feel the same, and that's probably why you go into an indie company. No matter if it is super super small like us, or even 20 people instead of 1,000 or 100 people, you feel that at the end of the day, like many other profession, you matter something. While if you are in a big production, at least in my personal and former job, you feel like not that worthy sometimes, because yeah, I do environment after 100,000 rocks. What do you expect? So I did it. So after 100,000 houses, what do you expect? Here is much different because you can also share, have a professional and a friend feedback. Like professionally is a shit, but friend, that's good. And then you have a power up. I don't know how to express in a different way, but it helps a lot. Maybe that's also why we decided to move from workspace that is common with a lot of money, maybe more than indie stuff. We all know about that, but at the same time, you are missing maybe a personal growth that is important even in a careeristic point of view, because all of us, I at least that's my opinion for all of the people we have around here, you can understand the struggle of your neighbor. Because if, for example, Matteo is struggling a lot about a basic task that I think is a basic task, I have to understand why it's super damn complex. And this is something that usually in a big company you don't do, because not my fault, not my bye. I go to, it's my time. Is 11 is I go. So it's much different. So I think that's part of the growth we are doing together, and this is nice.
Another challenge that I think we faced, and it's normal in a game developing experience, is that we are all different. How to say? We are all different jobs. I mean, we have technical people, art people, design. So you have to merge a lot of different works together. And as Marco said, in a big company, it's really difficult. You probably won't see a developer that talk directly with an artist, but the needs that an artist has are different than the one that has a game developer, and it's important for a good job, I think, to understand both. And if they are able to talk about their problem, they are also able um, to to overcome the issues faster than maybe in a bigger company. So this is why I think as indie we are able to develop fast and also new things that maybe company doesn't want to try to implement.
Yeah, very good, very good. So you're talking about coming at things from different perspectives and different needs. So that's going to lead me into my next question, which is going to shock you because it has nothing to do with any of that. So we were talking before we went on the stream about games and about what you actually like to play. So I'm curious what each of you like. What's your favorite game? What's your type of game? What do you really enjoy, not working on but playing? You guys can just take turns and share that.
Maybe I can start. My really, I mean, the game that I most enjoy playing is Sea of Thieves. I really like the experience of staying in the ships and play, even if sometimes is struggling when someone destroy your ship. Yeah, pirates. When someone destroy your ship and destroy the works you did for 3 hours, but it's also and I really like the art of that game, the sea. So that is my It has both a PvP and PvP play style, so I really like it.
I love puzzle games, escape rooms games, and also different games with good story and good art that I can play in solo. But at the same time, I love to play with my friends. So I really like Risk of Rain 2. That is one of the game in which I have spent most hours. And I like it because it's multiplayer, so I can play with other guys. And I also love the games like RPG turn-based game like Final Fantasy, even if I prefer the older title. And in general, I love to game with every stuff that is a game. So yeah, that's me.
I pass to Robbie 1 second, and then I close the way.
Hmm. Well, I like play different kind of games. Maybe the one that holds a special place in my heart right now is Terraria. I really love exploring that world and exploring what the stuff you can do. But other than that, I also enjoy playing games with my friends a lot. We, we organize a lot of games night where we play together with different kind of game. I also, thanks to that, I also have had the opportunity to enjoy and play Risk of Rain too.
Okay,
And
yeah, we,
that
we, we
is
do.
also one of our big reference for our game, Risk of Rain.
Yeah, we do a lot of play night together that we try, even because coming from different backgrounds, sometimes maybe you miss something or on the other way around, and maybe playing together is different than playing solo. You can appreciate different component of the game mechanics, game design, and meanwhile you play, you have new ideas and stuff. Of course, we do games, so maybe it's better playing even. On my side, I'm a traditional nerd. I like MMORPG. I grew up playing a lot of them. I'm not that super traditional because I don't like that much World of Warcraft, and people do not like when I say that. But my type of MMORPG are more Dragon Nest, Tira, Blade and Soul, Black Desert. That is more, and Warframe. Maybe that is not even an MMORPG properly, but it's still an MMORPG. I'm more that type of a guy, so that's why maybe sometimes I'm a pain in the ass about the PvE component over the PvP component because I grow up luckily finding a lot of nice people all over around the world, and I grew up with them thanks to online gaming. I'm turning 32 this year, and when I started when I was I don't know 12 was nice. What was a nice sensation before social media and other stuff, the interaction you had online. It was the social media basically, but with people that was closer and not a total stranger. So that's why I would say that my favorite genre is MMORPG, and of course, as they said, the reason they know me in Risk of Rain 2 is basically me because yeah, there is a mode that you can play more than 5 people. You can play with 16 players. Whoa! Okay, so let's go together and we play the Risk of Rain some nights together.
Very cool, very cool. Well, as I expected, a big range variety of types of games and genres, which is cool. I like that. I think that that makes it fun. So, for anybody who might have joined us late or who is watching this on VOD and you're skimming through, we are here talking with this indie dev team from Italy, Slimy Studio, and talking about their game Gig Crawler, which looks super cool. You definitely want to check out the links on our page that go to their Kickstarter or to their Steam. Wishlist that game, check it out. Yeah, definitely good stuff coming up. If you've got questions for this team, whether it's about the game, whether it's about their studio, whether it's about them individually, please drop them in chat here as we start winding down. We want to be able to get in those questions, so throw those our way, and we'll field them. But appreciate everybody being here for sure. So let me ask you guys this: is there anything about the game that we didn't really talk about that you feel is important to share? Like something that you feel like, oh, I can't believe we wrapped things up and we didn't get to talk about this. So now's your chance. What's that? No. And Laura, that goes for you too. If you've got anything, feel free to, I know it's harder to type it all out, but well, we certainly appreciate you guys all joining us. I'm super excited to see how this progresses. Would love to have you join us on our Discord channel and kind of keep everybody posted and updated on your progress. You're welcome to just, not trying to make a chore out of it. Just, feel free to touch base with our community and let folks know how things are going. When you have a big announcement or anything, you're welcome to put it there. So Abomination, if you can drop that link for us in the chat, that would be great. Give anybody who's watching a chance to join us there. Let's see. Should we run the ad one more time? Though I say ad, I should quit calling it an ad, but the teaser, should we play that again?
Yeah, I think
makes sense.
you pull it right. By the way, I mean, we did it on that purpose.
All right.
Are you looking for a co-op game where you combine skills to wipe out your enemies? Gain powers, mix builds, become OP. Procedural dungeons, crazy loot and total customization. Create your own freelancer, choose your style, play gig crawler. Follow us and help us make it happen. Follow on Kickstarter and Wishlist now.
Boom. Very cool. So there's the link in the chat for anybody who wants to join us on Discord. Everybody is welcome. Feel free. We can. It's a great way to be able to get in touch with our guests, with this team, to see how things progress on their game, as well as the guests we've had on previous weeks. We talk to a lot of indie developers, and we love supporting the community and really kind of getting to see what's out there and talk and get to know other developers. And so would love to have you join us there. All right. All right, now that you had a minute to think about it, did anybody else have anything that they wanted to add and talk about before before we start wrapping things up?
Yeah, I would say that for us, I already told you at the beginning of our I would say streaming, but any type of feedback and some chitty chat with us and other stuff help a lot. People and users in general do not realize how much important it is having construct criticism regarding stuff, be polite, and even understanding each other. It is also a nice experience for both sides, like developers and users, because in a huge company you have automatic reply and other stuff that maybe are not superhuman. Here you have me or someone in the team that is actually speaking, not using ChatGPT for reply messages like some company does. So you can live the real indie experience, I would say, and any help really actually matter for us. Even a chat in the hi is more than enough. So anyone is welcome, as you said.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's great. Always nice to get feedback, and so it's good to know that you're open to that. So everybody, check it out. Throw your comments their direction, and they're at a great stage of the development. It looks so super slick and polished. It looks so good, and yet there's still room for them to continue their work and to take in feedback, and incorporate things into the game as they move forward. So it's exciting. I'm excited to see it. There was definitely anticipation getting to see what you guys had for us today, and I don't think you've disappointed anybody. So
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
yeah,
Really kind
I
words.
I absolutely wish you guys the best of luck with the progress with the project, and certainly hope that it continues to go super well for you. Like I said, feel free. We encourage you to keep in touch and let our community know when you have big updates or big announcements, and we can celebrate and share that together. Thank you all for joining us. I want to thank Laura, who unfortunately had technical difficulties trying to join, but was still here. Thank you for joining us in chat. And Gio, thank you for being here. Robbie, thank you very much. Marco, and Teo, thank you all so much. It was good to talk with you all. Get to meet you and dive into the game a little bit. This VOD will be available on the Twitch channel, meaning anybody who couldn't join us live can still watch this on playback for the next 2 weeks. It'll become available as soon as we wrap up here, and then after that point, we will also add it to our YouTube channel so people can find it and reference it in the future as well. So, very cool.
Thank you, Vale, for give us the chance to be here with you. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and hope you enjoy our little game that we are trying to bring on live.
Yeah, trying our best.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. Hope you'll give us a follow and check out what we have upcoming. Since we do like to support the game dev community, I don't like to just turn things off and have everybody disappear into darkness. I like to send everyone to another game developer channel.
Proximity warning. Humanoid life form identified and has set a course to match our own.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. That's always a fun one. So what we're going to do is we're going to raid another game developer. All that means is instead of me turning it off, I just boot everybody to somebody else's game dev channel so we can show them a little love. But we appreciate y'all being here. I know it's late for you guys. It's got to be getting close to 11 at night or something over there.
Yeah, it's 23.
Right.
11 p.m.
Well, have a wonderful night, all. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and best wishes to everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Wish you a nice weekend.